Hi, good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to share with you about market phases. Before I begin, I just want to let you guys know that this is not an investment advice, and any kind of strategies that you learn, you have to test it out on the demo before you put it into the real life environment, and you have to test it out whether is it something that works for you or not. Okay, but it works for me, and just as a sharing purposes. Alright. Hope you get this straight. So now I'm going to share with you about market phases. Okay, you need to know about what the market went through the phases, and today objective is more into you identifying at what point of phase is the market doing right now. Is the market trending? Is the market doing sideways, or is the market doing a correction? And what's the difference between a correction and retracement? And then what is the exhaustion phase. Okay, this is what are we going to do. We are going to identify, and then with each phase then you are going to look for, upon identification, then you can find the clues into what you're going to do next. All right, do not look as you're looking at all these phases, right? Do not make any entry just based on candles only, because market moves in structures and phases and not just on candles. All right, so let's begin with trending phase. I'm going to go to my level count. So this is the Aussie yen. I took a buy and go long in this day. But before we come to this conclusion, right? Let's just, as I say, zoom in and just find out what is the market doing trending. So in this case, right, let's just start from here. Okay, in this case, we can see this drop here, and then this is the trending move. Okay, a trending move, as I say, is a significant push. Make sure you guys pause this video to take down all this. Okay, and so that you can refer back to the charts and refer back to this video. Okay, so a trending phase is always a significant push. Okay, a very significant push towards a certain direction. So in this case, there is a significant push towards this direction, right? Okay, and this is an inside bar breakout. If you can look from here, this is an inside bar breakout here. Okay, this inside bar, and this the inside bar breakout. Price went out of the inside bar breakout, and then in this case, right, when after a push, right, we don't look for any kind of sell. We want to wait what happened next. Okay, the best is always to wait for a retracement entry. So in this case, right, for instance, right, look at this is a very small push. A retracement is always a very something that's very small. Okay, that is a retracement. And you see, right, before this downwards movement comes about, right, previously on the left side here, right, you can see a downward move from above. Yeah, see this? Okay, so in this case, a continuation. Okay, let's get back to here. Okay, so there's a retracement, trending move retracement, and then price went down. And then price went down, we make another retracement, pan down, and after push, and then it went sideways. In this case, this is the base here. All these things are base. Okay, so base is sideways movement, and after a base, and what happened? A continuation. So drop, base, drop. Okay, a drop, base, drop, and then what happens? And this one, is this a retrace? No, this is a correction. Okay, the correction between the correction and retrace is that besides longer movement and waves, right, a correction looks like the trend is going to reverse. It always looks like a trend is always going to reverse, but usually it does not, because after a correction, price will normally went down. So in this case, what happens is that price make a correction, then it make another base here, and then after a base, what happens? Yes, rally, base, drop. Okay, so bear with me as we go along here. So we see a rally base drop here. Okay, and a rally base drop here, and after drop, what happens? Base. So it's always after a drop, base, rally, base. Okay, or rally, base, rally, drop, base, rally. Okay, so in this case, there's a drop, and the next one, what market do? What market does? It make a base, very very big base around here. Okay, and what is the base? Base, as I said here, when market is on a base, that means it's not breaking new highs and not breaking new lows. So that is called the base. Okay, it's moving sideways, not making any highs, not making any lows. Okay, so in this case, it's not breaking new highs, not breaking new lows. It's a base, but after that base, we see a rally. And is this a trending move? Yes, it is a trending move. So once we see the trending move, we mark that trending move because we know that this trending move is there. And then what happens after that trending move? Price immediately went not for a retrace, but it went for a correction. Okay, the correction is going to look like it's going to join this phase and going to go down. But what actually happens if you mark this drop base rally, you will know that price eventually is going to break out. Okay, it's going to move up. So in this case, right, there is a rally here, and this point here is a base. So we have a rally, base, rally. So in this case, we can identify that this trend is now most probably going to go in an uptrend. Okay, so in this case, it went for an uptrend for quite some time. All right, then there's a drop here, the base, rally, drop, base, rally, base, drop. So in this case, this is where now the trend change again to a downtrend. Okay, a significant push. Okay, and then there's a correction, and the correction form in the base, in the form of a base. Okay, before this base is formed, price is making a drop. So in this case, it makes a drop, base, drop, and then you make a base, and then you make a drop. Okay, and then after that drop, price make a base and rally, base, 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 rally. So you see, right, drop, base, rally, rally, base, rally is all the way. So it's an uptrend now. So that's why I go long. Okay, and then if you look at why I go long, if you look at this, is called exhaustion. When the exhaustion phase is that the candles is looking very short. Okay, very short. There's very weak momentum. When you see there's a very strong push here, and then this is where the exhaustion came. The exhaustion of the sellers that came along earlier on was exhausted, and it can't push the market lower. And this is where the buyers start take over. All right, and in this case, in the form of the inside bar here, and I entered here because I was anticipating that if I look from here is trending upwards. Okay, so rally, retracement, rally, retracement, rally, correction, base, and then I'm anticipating is another trending move towards the upside. Okay, I'm anticipating a trending move towards the upside, at least breaking this top here and this top here to continue its uptrend. Okay, so understanding at what phase the market is going to help your trading one way or the other. Okay, so knows what the market is doing, and that is all really I have for you. So go and look into your charts, and then you decide what kind of phase is the market doing before you decide to go for any kind of sell or buy. Okay, USD CHF I took a sell, pound CHF I took a sell as well. Okay, like pound CHF, let's see now. Okay, like pound CHF, right, if you look from here, what I see from here, right, even though we can see this trend up, but this is where inside bar here, and then price move up, that I anticipate that it's gonna be a rally based drop back to the value areas, which probably might be around here, because we see a drop based rally around here, right? So most probably it might drop here to go up. So took a sell around there, because the reason why I look for a sell is that I see this short strong move down here in the 4 hour, and then as this pair goes up here, this is not a place for sell. Our sell is supposed to come up here, so I waited for it to come out, and I'm anticipating it's going to be an inside bar false break, and to be a lower high, you call it. Okay, so it's high, low, lower high, then lower low around here. That's why I took a sell, and that's it. So in this case, a rally base drop has happened here. Okay, I'll just make a rally. This is the rally. Okay, and then I'll see this as a base, and then there's a significant drop here, rally base drop, and this whole thing is a base, and I'm anticipating it to be a drop. So to continue rally base drop, and then base drop down here. Then after here, then we would have to see what happens. Okay, we have to see what happens after that. We would not know, because even though market is trending up, it needs to came back to these areas before we decide the market is going to go down further or not, because it looks to be an uptrend. Okay, but it's not the right time for us to look for any kind of buys at this stage. After price push this hard down, this is just a liquidity grab to go even lower. That's why I took sell for pounds CHF. So you have to make use of what you have, what info you have about the market, and what you know at your disposal to look for any kind of sell or buy. Okay, so I will leave that, and I hope this is something new for you guys, and good luck in your trading, and I'll see you guys in the next video.